Given the current economic conditions, several analysts have made bold predictions that the odds of the US economy falling into recession by next year are now greater than 50%. Rising gas prices combined with a hawkish Federal Reserve and a generally slowing economy are significant risks facing the nation's economy today. So in this video, we'll be covering the inflation projection for June, and we'll also be talking about what this means for the crypto and traditional markets. On top of that, we're getting some more surprising news that another exchange may be on the list of one of the other few that are not allowing people to withdraw their funds. Now, amidst this bear market time, there's definitely a lot going on within these markets, and the best thing that you can do is to stay informed and to stay prepared, and that's what we're going to do on this channel here. So sit back, relax, let's get started with today's video. So earlier today, the US stocks dropped this morning and led a sharp loss in the tech sector as investors are now anticipating the beginning of earnings sessions and high inflation data to come out later this week. In response to that, the Nasdaq went ahead and dropped 2%, while both the S&P 500 and Dow Jones also dropped over 1%. The June US Consumer Price Index readout is due this Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on July 13th, and the inflation is expected to be even higher year over year. Now keep in mind the previous inflation number was at 8.6%, and the median forecast for June is looking to be at 8.8%, even closer to that 9% mark. Now, just as a warning to anyone who is still invested into the crypto markets, the higher the inflation is and the more it diverges from those already high expectations, the more risk assets tend to react in anticipation of a reaction from policymakers. Now, if inflation comes out to be even higher, say it does come out to be more than 9%, I do expect a dramatic sell-off to happen within the crypto and traditional assets, and a dramatic drop-off could result from Bitcoin to even going from where it is right now, above $20,000, to falling down below $19,000 or even the mid $18,000 once again. Now, at this time, I don't believe the Fed will raise the interest rates by more than 75 basis points, even if the inflation does come out to be a higher reading at over 9%. Taking a look at the global crypto market cap, we are going down a little bit in value. We are sitting at $915 billion today. Taking a look at the crypto fear and greed index, give this a little bit of a refresher. We're seeing the market bounce back a little bit. We're way more in the red just in the past few weeks, sitting at a 12 and a 14, but today seeing a little bit of that fear pulling back into the market, sitting at a 22 today. Now, with Bitcoin sitting at $20,541 today, Ethereum sitting at $1,100, and many altcoins still struggling to find any type of positive growth. Today is going to be a much more flat day within the market. Now, in the past 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, we actually saw Bitcoin dropping about 7% over the weekend after it failed to break through that 200 exponential moving average resistance level. The RSI at that time went from being overbought on Friday of sitting at 75 to 38 as of this morning, as it nears even more oversold territory once again. Now, on the weekly chart, Bitcoin weekly candles have also rallied 15%, but is still holding resistance at the 200 moving average for about 3 weeks now, which is going to be that purple line you see on your screen. Now, if we take a look into a DeFi Llama for today and just try to get a gauge of how much money is still locked into a lot of these DeFi protocols, you'll notice that ever since we had the major market dip, we had the big liquidations, and then we also had Terra Luna going down. We've been sliding a lot since we had those huge all-time highs, even back in December. Now, it looks like if we close in on the last few weeks, you'll notice that it looks like we are erring on the more, greener side of recovery, seeing some more money going back into the crypto DeFi products. But I will say this does not mean the market is going to re-enter some type of bullish boom anytime soon. It is just showing that we are consolidating right now, and many people are still looking left and right to see what the moves are going to happen next. Now, going into the first headline for today, let's talk about what in the world is happening with Celsius. So basically, guys, just to give you a little bit of a recap, less than a month after it paused withdrawals for customers, talking about Celsius here, the crypto lender has put a new law firm in charge of its restructuring process. In our most recent update, we also talked about how Celsius was almost set up to be a Ponzi pyramid scheme where people had to keep putting in money, and we even have some of their employees coming out and saying, look, this was pretty sketchy all along. Well, it looks like Celsius is still trying to fight a lot of the headwinds that they're going through right now, and they went ahead and hired some new lawyers, Kirkland & Ellis LLP, which is the same firm that assisted Voyager Digital with its bankruptcy filing last week. Good news is Celsius, though, has been winding down its debts to DeFi lending protocols, having just paid off to $20 million in USDC on Aave. Now, the DeFi tracking platform Zapper goes ahead and shows us that Celsius is still still owing, hit my face with the mic, still showing us that there's approximately $130 million in USDC and $82,500 in REN to Aave and about $85 million in DAI to the Compound Protocol. And last but not least, we actually have a total debt round number of $215 million. So they are chipping away. They are shoveling the dookie, as one would say, but it looks like they still have a long ways to go. And I don't know for sure if after they even pay off these debts, if a company like this is going to allow for customers to still withdraw their money. I know at the second I get the chance to, my money is coming off Celsius. I am never putting it within their exchange once again, and I'm sticking with a lot of my own blue chip, AAA, high tier exchanges. Now, currently, although Celsius is not filed for bankruptcy just yet, this new update and pairing up with Kirkland and Ellis LLP could also indicate a shift in overall strategy, and they also might be possibly moving towards filing a bankruptcy, similar to what Voyager did as well. Now, before we talk about the next headline, let's talk about today's sponsor real quick, iTrustCapital. So we've been covering a lot on this channel about iTrustCapital, but if you guys didn't know, this is the #1 crypto IRA platform in America. With them, you can invest into 30 available assets from crypto all the way to gold and silver. Now, in comparison to a 401k, you're in full control of your crypto IRA, and contributions are tax deductible, and all transactions in the IRA account are also tax-free, meaning that you can invest for your future however you want without paying taxes on those trades. Now, investing into crypto in your IRA account is a great way to plan long-term, and it's one of the ways that you can maximize benefiting from one of the key secret little strategies that many people in the US don't take advantage of. Now, as a special deal for my young nation, you can create an account with iTrustCapital and earn $100 into your IRA account just by signing up using my link down below and leaving your account funded for 30 days. Be sure to check out the link if you guys want to get started down below. And on to what's going on with Coinbase. All right, so according to Twitter, we've been getting multiple reports of individuals not being able to withdraw their funds from Coinbase starting just about a few days ago. Now, it looks like this isn't a massive issue and it's only targeting just a few select amount of people. But the question that might come up amidst these crazy times is, should we be worried? Is this the beginning of Coinbase not allowing people to withdraw, or is this just some issues that a few people are having? Now, according to this one user, they stated in this tweet, "Why are you holding my funds for withdrawal for 3 weeks? It's not a large sum either. It's been cleared from my banks 2 weeks ago. Release my funds and I'm transferring all my tokens to another exchange." On top of that, we also had another user who talked about initially his issues with just showing up his deposit and it wasn't coming up on the app. But then later when he was trying to withdraw, it shows that he is still unable to do that. Coinbase responded in a tweet saying, "Here are some resources to offer more context. Coinbase allows you to trade in good faith." It looks kind of like a copy and paste answer that we got from them. Big thing I want to note here is there is no official announcement that Coinbase has halted any type of withdrawals. When we have Celsius, Voyager, and a lot of these other exchanges going down, I know a lot of you guys tend to get worried. I would say in this instance, I don't think this is going to be a massive issue right now, but just to be safe and to have your precautions, a lot of people are moving their funds over into cold storage wallets. If you guys have not yet gotten one or set one of those up, make sure to check out the link down below in the description or watch one of my other videos just reviewing a Ledger device. Right now, in the meantime, I don't think this is anything to freak out about. I was trying to find more isolated incidents, and keep in mind, Coinbase support is pretty active here. So whenever someone has an issue, they're usually reaching out here first in order to get an answer. And a lot of this is obviously made public. So while we're seeing some accounts having issues, I wouldn't freak out just yet. Now, on top of that, we also got more reports from CoinFLEX, a story that we've been covering over the past week or two, talking about them beginning their arbitration against $84 million in delinquent customer funds. So the crypto trading platform CoinFLEX has detailed its strategy to combat the company's current liquidity crisis, which has also prevented users from withdrawing their funds for almost 3 weeks now. Now, just in case you don't know what an arbitration is, this is just a way to resolve disputes outside the judiciary courts. Now, the dispute is decided by one or more persons, and the decision here is legally binding on both sides and enforceable in the courts. Now, pretty much what's going on is we have one individual or a whale known as Roger Ver's margins positioned, and right now he's getting told like, hey, you need to start covering this soon or we're going to be escalating this to the next step. And if he's able to cover it, they will have the funds to allow the rest of their customers to start withdrawing their funds. A common element that we've been seeing across the crypto industry is a lot lot of these exchanges withdrawing customer funds, not allowing people to take their money out, and just a variety of different customer service issues that seem to be coming up. We're seeing this with Coinbase. We're seeing this obviously with Celsius, Voyager, even some of these other lower tier exchanges. Now, although this sucks for anyone who is using these exchanges and you may have a bunch of your money locked in, please keep in mind if you're using your own cold storage wallet or you're using some of the other exchanges that are more higher tier, they have more volume, you shouldn't have to worry about this during a bear market cycle. Now, today's update just reminds me of a funny tweet that I saw over the weekend. This individual stated, "Just woke up from a 9-month coma. I hear crypto is in a bear market. Luckily, my stablecoins are safely earning yield on Anchor while my Ethereum stacks up on Celsius and my Chainlink is protected from an impermanent loss on Banker." Now, I think it's still good to see that the crypto Twitter world has a sense of humor even amidst these very boring and some really difficult times. I just want to say, like, even when the market continues to move sideways, even if things don't look good, crypto is here to stay. Crypto is going to continue to innovate. It's going to continue to move forward. And this is why, even though when things are going down, just keep in mind, everything is going down too. A lot of negative news, but look, when things do recover, because they will, because bear markets are a cycle, usually a short-lived cycle, things will resume back to where they were once again. And these are still times where huge opportunities are created. Make sure you guys are staying diligent within this space. Make sure you guys continue to keep that faith because we will get through this. And amongst these bad times, I know for sure that you guys are going to be the ones that are going to be looking back and realizing you made a good decision sticking around through the tough and the thin. Does that make English? I don't know. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy today's market update, be sure to like this video down below. Subscribe if you still haven't done so already. I would love for you guys to be a part of the Jung Nation. Don't forget to check out the links down below in the description once again. Follow me over on Twitter and on Instagram. And if you do follow me on any social media, please be careful of any scammers impersonating me as well. In the meantime, if you guys have made it till the end of this video, please comment down below the secret code word for today, and that is going to be dry. Comment down below dry if you guys made it all the way to the end. Have an amazing week, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.